what's going on? This is Muriel from the Sunshine Family, and if you are looking for some Costa Rica facts and you want to know if Costa Rica is the right place to visit, then watch my full video because I'm going to share my top number one Costa Rica fact that I love most. That is definitely one of the most important reasons why I already live for 4.5 years with my children in Costa Rica, and I left the Netherlands for it. Now, who am I and why I am sharing these videos? In a nutshell, I'm a social worker by trade, born and raised in the Netherlands. That is currently where I am. And why? I will touch on that. But first, I wanted to invite you. Consider to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. It's always Costa Rica related. I talk about practical stuff, but also things that is not super practical but can really determine if you like Costa Rica or not. And I only share my experiences, so I will never claim to be the number one top expert whatsoever. I share this from my heart since a lot of people started to ask me questions, how I did things, how did I move to Costa Rica, and also especially a big question, what do I do in Costa Rica to make my living? Now, for those who want to know the answer right away, I work fully online, I make a great living, but most important, I teach people from all over the world on how to set up their online business or how to automate their currently brick and mortar business and use online strategies such as social media, such as YouTube, connected with things like affiliate marketing, NFTs, crypto, and so much more. Just simply go to the description or the comments below my videos. Especially in the description, there is a world of information, links to follow, that leading you to other videos and pages where you can learn more about, if it is something for you, what I do and what I teach. But that is not what this video is about. Thank you for your subscription and the bell. If you did so, it helps me get more exposure and also to reach more people, and it's motivating me extra more to make more videos, of course. So let's dive right in. One, I am waiting for my daughter. Where am I? I'm gonna show that to you. It's an amazing place where Who is recognizing this? Especially perhaps people from Europe. I'm currently in Rotterdam, okay? And what am I doing currently in Rotterdam? Well, I am traveling. I traveled from Costa Rica, actually left Costa Rica for a little bit less than 2 weeks to visit my daughter, who left Costa Rica to explore the world, to do her own thing. She's a young adult, she's 18, and to celebrate the birthday of Dirk's mom, which is my mother-in-law, and that's the lady who is living on and off in the casita on her mango farm that is on Airbnb, that is for rent, when she is in the Netherlands, and especially to host an event for my Dutch and Belgian students because we speak the same tongue. So I thought, if I'm going to visit my daughter anyways, let's just multitask, and I'm organizing an epic event, okay? Well, you're probably gonna see more about that later on the channel. But I am city hopping with my daughter, so we thought, hey, we can stick to The Hague, where we're born and raised and where she's currently staying. But I know The Hague so good. Why don't we just explore big cities in the Netherlands? So we kicked off in Amsterdam. Today we arrived in Rotterdam, and then we are moving forward to Utrecht. Those are 3 amazing cities, okay? So that's what I'm currently doing. It's not that I left Costa Rica for always. I am back in the Netherlands really since 3.5 years. The first time I left Costa Rica was when my father passed away, and that was around the time that I was just for a year in Costa Rica. So I went back to organize everything and the funeral and stuff, stayed for a month, and then, well, now I'm back and I'm in shock about some things, and that is also so clear to me. What's the difference between Dutch culture and Costa Rica culture? I was stopping with talking, because I'm thinking, is this typically Dutch culture or is this outside of Costa Rica culture? And I don't think I can just compare all people in the world compared to Ticos or people in Costa Rica, right? But I'm just gonna say what I experienced arriving in the Netherlands, which was always a very free country. It was a country that with a very progressive, modern country. After arriving, I was shocked. What was I shocked about? Well, the stress level of people and the irritation factor of people, the how do you say that? The intolerance for others, that's what I felt. Immediately, I still had my bag on my bag. I was standing with my daughter on the train station to wait for the train from the airport Amsterdam to Amsterdam city center. And there was a train connection not driving because there was some electricity problems. The train cooperation had some problems, major problems, and a lot of people were done with working and wanted to go home. There was aggression on the street because I was standing in the way. I just had a night flight, little jet lag, super like, yay, I'm there. I flew business class. I was like, I am here, I'm good, I'm happy, and intolerance. Now, what's the difference with the atmosphere in Costa Rica? And that's my biggest thing that I love about Costa Rica. My biggest fact about Costa Rica that I love, that's making me stay, is the tranquilo lifestyle. The people are so relaxed, and I had a long conversation in the taxi who brought me to the airport in San Jose. He's a Tico man, Carlos, excellent taxi driver. You will hear more about him later. I'm gonna dedicate a video to him, really. I spoke with him about the tolerance of Tico people. And not just Tico people, I think people who love to live in Costa Rica are vibrating on the same level. We talked about that when things go tough or when there's traffic jams or things are not working logistically. Overall, Ticos are super relaxed. They were non-confrontational. That is what Carlos agreed on. So if a Tico agrees on it, I dare to say it out loud. He said, yeah. We rather step back and stay calm than stepping in front and be verbal, right? And I do this because this was the wave. I saw the stress in the eyes of the people, and I was in the way. And on the train station, my God, I was totally in shock. It was a culture shock. And I don't know from which country you're originally from. If you're thinking about coming to Costa Rica, perhaps you're coming from the Netherlands. I do know that a lot of Dutch people have Costa Rica as one of their most favorite vacation countries. That's how I kicked off. I'm looking at the door to see if I see my daughter walking in already, but she's not here yet. It was a great moment to make a video. But just if you want to like Costa Rica, you have to have this peacefulness in mind that if things go wrong, differently as planned, delayed, more complicated as expected, so to say, take the pura vida lifestyle. Just decide it's not going to help you. Overall, and my daughter was saying it, that she noticed this as well because she lived for 4 years in Costa Rica. She left half a year ago to just explore more of the Netherlands. She felt like, I need to do things there. Mama, I have friends there. I want to work there. I want to do stuff. So I just said, okay, sweetie, I'm going to visit you. Now I can compare. But she told me she recognizes it. That's one of the things that she loves about Costa Rica. People are more relaxed overall and more tolerant and more loving to others, more helpful to others. As a Dutch person, I dare to say the chances are big that if you die at the side of the street here because not something of your fault, people won't notice it. People will step over you. because they're very thinking about themselves. Not everyone, this is not pointing my fingers at Dutch people, because I'm Dutch and I love my origin and my passport. But in Costa Rica, I have seen people helping other people who had motorbike accidents, for example, is one of the things that happens a lot because the infrastructure and the roads are not good in Costa Rica. So, and there was blood, and people just gave people a ride in their car without complaining that they didn't want any blood on their back couch, right? And I've seen that happening in the Netherlands, not once, but a couple of times. It's just an example. I think Ticos are very tolerant and more relaxed. The opposite of that is, processes take longer. When you have to do something simple, for example, opening a bank account, they're gonna be slower too, and tranquilo, like la la la. They do not care if you are in a hurry or need to get your flight or whatever. Like they cannot accelerate whatsoever in a way. But I think if you take that, I always like to say, is the glass half full or half empty? I always see it half full, and I love the peace and quiet of the Ticos, and I really miss it here. It's really different here. And that was very obvious when I came after 3.5 years to the Netherlands. So I think that you deserve to hear from me, about Costa Rica facts. I can talk about lots of Costa Rica facts, but that's my YouTube channel about. You can watch loads of other videos about different topics whatsoever, right? But I think the Tico culture is one of a kind. And I'm speaking with a lot of people always. I'm just a very chatty Betty. It's also one of the reasons I just love people. I'm interested in people and to learn things from other people, right? But a lot of people from Costa Rica said they experienced the same. That they recognize the tranquiloness also compared to other cultures in Latin America, other countries in Latin America. More than myself, people say, yes, you're right. Costa Rica is one of the most laid-back countries according to tolerance, patience, helpfulness, kindness, warmness of the locals. You've got to be in Costa Rica, guys. So if you're looking to come to Costa Rica, perhaps just to travel to Costa Rica or vacation in Costa Rica, but who knows, you want to be an expat in Costa Rica, dare to take just believe my story. It's my personal experience. I think you're good in Costa Rica. However, a lot of people have a financial blockade to come to Costa Rica because it's well known it's one of the most expensive countries in Latin America. And that's true compared to other countries in Latin America, but that is always my motto. No, I have to state it differently. What is always my motto? And I tell my students that just learn to make more. And how do I make my living? Well, I make my living online, full-time and totally remote, a couple of hours per day. At the beginning more, of course, because I had to learn more skills, but once I learned the skills of generate a very good $10,000 plus income per month easily, literally replacing my month income sometimes with a daily income. It sounds crazy and perhaps too good to be true, but it's the reality. Just be curious about what it is that I do and teach. Only for those who are interested. It's not a promo video for my business whatsoever, but people ask me about this. How do you make your money? I have a pension gap. I do not have a remote job. It's hard for me to get a job in Costa Rica, blah, 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 blah. How do you do it? What can I do? I just say, hey, go to the description below, click one of the first links that you see that names something, states something like learn what I do online or what I teach or how to build a business online. Be curious and follow the link, follow the video, follow the information and get in touch with me. And I will always respond back. It might take a couple of days, but I will get back to you. So with that being said, I hope that you learned something from my video about my top #1 Costa Rica facts. And there are a lot of facts of Costa Rica to mention. But it was a pleasure making this video. Let me just turn my screen for fun that you see that I'm where I am in Rotterdam. It's a bright day. It's bloody cold. I'm wearing so much clothes. That's what I also love about Costa Rica. That's my favorite fact. Costa Rica fact number 2 is that you don't need so many clothes as I'm wearing. My gosh, I have socks and shoes and vests and t-shirts and another thing. But that was not the important topic of today. So tolerance, guys. Ticos are super tolerant, patient, kind, gentle, warm. You're gonna love them. Who knows? I'm gonna meet you one day in Costa Rica. If you're coming, let me know. And who knows? See you soon. Ciao.